T.I.P crew is the first Korean b-boying crew because we have 1996 we found the virus, b-boy virus. His founder. So first Korean b-boying since it's like very power move style. Everybody start power move. We didn't know b-boy. We just called breakdance. So yeah, we getting better because we met. First time we watched the video from USA video, some Rocksteady crew, b-boy summit, and Radiotron, Stylemon crew, Renegade. So we just try to practice every day, some subway station. But we like technique. We like product basic, but we more like technique because technique is very strong. We want to that's the technique. It's like very surprise. Every b-boy wants like technique. That's the maybe 1996, 7, 8, 9 season. Yeah. So we gonna go. We was 2001. We had Battle of the Year Korea. So qualification. So we first time go international battle. This is a Battle of the Year 2001. It's like we made a project team. They call it Visual Shock. Visual Shock is first Korean project crew, maybe international project crew. So they was in Battle of the Year 2001. So they had the best show. That's the first Korean international history. And then 2002, yeah, when I was 19 years old, we make another project crew. We call Project Korea. So we was a UK b-boy championship. So we first time join, and then we winner in first time in UK in the world. So very surprised. Everybody surprised to Korea because they didn't know Korean b-boy. They say, "Are you Japan b-boy?" First time meet. Everybody say Japan. So I'm Korea, from Korea. What, Korea? Oh yeah, like this. But after 2002, we had many battles. 2004, 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now everybody is like second world, attack world. It's like Korean, very strong. After 2002, because we had very crazy technique, very crazy technique, and very crazy teamwork. It's like routine. Wow, maybe that's the point. That's the many international people is surprised technique or teamwork, routine. Yeah, I think that's the first Korean style. It's like wow, L tracks 20 L track and one hand like this. Yeah, we met many international b-boy. So Korean b-boy style getting changed. It's like more foundation. We think about foundation. So we need a foundation like this. So we can practice hard practice more foundation because we had a technique, but plus we need a foundation. So everybody wants foundation like top rock, rock, footwork, freeze. Yeah, I think that's very good because we more strong. So maybe 2005 and 6, 7, maybe Korea style little bit change. Before only technique, but more style. And then maybe after 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 now, we had originality. That's the very important to Korean b-boy history, because our b-boy history very short, because we first time in international battle is 2001 battle of the year, and then now 2012. It's like maybe 11 years, 10 years. Our history very short. Yeah, because before we don't know breakdance. Some people practice b-boy, but every don't know in Korea people. But now everybody know. Just street, how to say, grandmother, father, mother, another people, government. Yeah, everybody know b-boy. Everybody know Korean b-boy is very strong. So now, yeah, I'm very happy because they know me. They know us. Oh, b-boy, like nice, good.
My name is Freeze. They call me Freeze. I'm a b-boy from Scandinavia, Sweden, Stockholm. I represent a crew called Ghost Crew. I've been breaking since 1983, and yeah, I'm doing my thing still. But I started dancing in social events like school parties and stuff like this. I really wanted to learn how to dance, but I couldn't do it first. So my mama taught me how to dance a little bit to get that rhythm going and stuff like that. And yeah, then I started going to dances in Gothenburg, where I come from. And this was just clubs that was open from 5 to 9 for kids, So we used to go there and watch the older people come there and see how they dance, social party dances and funk styles and disco and everything. So we watched this and we tried to do the same. And in 1983 I saw Buffalo Girls for the first time, and for me that was like the start of what I'm doing. So Buffalo Girls with Michael McLaren was really my beginning, I would say. After that I knew that this was what I wanted to do. When I was young I was a really small guy, I was small and I had really long hair, like all the way down on my back. And I was skinny guy, and I looked different, and I had a different name from the other people where I come from, because I have a Finnish last name. So yeah, kids used to make fun of me, and sometimes I ended up in fights and they were bullying me a lot. So from this I learned how to dance, and I was so small I couldn't fight back in the beginning. What I did was I started dancing with their girls. So this was my way to give back, And after that I realized that dancing is a powerful thing. You can do a lot with it, and it's been taking me on a long journey, So in the beginning I was using my dance to, of course, impress the girls, the ladies, but also to get my frustration out, because I had a lot of aggravation inside me when I was young. So this was a good way for me to let it out in battles and stuff like this. In the beginning it was like everybody had the same background in Europe. We all looked at the same media, stuff that was coming, and what we saw was Dynamic Rockers, Music City Breakers, Rocksteady, Incredible Breakers, and all these crews, like that was from the 80s. There wasn't so many crews that we saw. It was like 5 of them, 4 or 5 crews. And this was, for me, this was my foundation, you could say. This was how I learned the dance and started to understand the dance a little bit more. But when all that media attention fell off, what we had was ourselves, and then thinking that, okay, we have to create, we have to come up with our own moves, and we have to push this dance further. And in Europe it was really difficult for a long time because nobody were really dancing. In Sweden there was one crew, and for us it was like we just spent time with ourselves because we loved the dance, and we just trained and trained. There were no events, nothing to go to, nothing to do, but we just trained and kept going. And what happened when we started meeting other crews, like from Norway, Denmark, UK, Paris, or whatever, we started seeing like the crews that were left started, everybody had come up with their own things. So they had their own trademarks, they had their own approach to the dance. And you know, this was really interesting because it really showed that you don't need, you know, to watch other people to create. I think sometimes it can be better to do the other way around. You just need to hang with your friends and look into yourself more, because yourself gonna come out in a good way, you know. And this is gonna show in the long term, I think.
So yeah, so basically MC Trix is from Nottingham, England. That's the land of Robin Hood, Sherwood Forest, men in green tights hiding in trees and robbing people. That's where I live. Hip hop for me came to me in '83. At the time, it was a damn good job it did, because I was just at the age whereby I would hang out with, shall we say, a couple of bad people, you know? And if they did stupid stuff, I would do stupid stuff. The true story is that when hip-hop came, even a couple of the bad boys, we very quickly worked out that if we were doing stupid stuff like robbing people and getting locked up by the police, we couldn't go to the jams at the weekend. Now that really upset us, you know? So a lot of people actually stopped doing crime so that they could go to the jams on the weekend. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah, okay. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, no crime. So this is also like a positive side of hip-hop, and this is a true story. For me, yeah, hip-hop is definitely part of my life now, yeah. The biggest and most important thing in my life is my daughter, Candice. You know, she's a teenager now, and she loves dancing, she loves hip-hop, but she does her own thing, you know. I don't force her, anything like that. She does tap, she does ballet, she does modern, she does street dance, and yeah, I'm very proud. She's got a nice backspin too, trust me. But yeah, you know, but this is her choice. It doesn't mean that I have to force hip-hop on her, you know. If she wants to do it, she can do it, that's fine. And that's definitely the way. Hip-hop for me is a chance, like I say, to go around the world and meet people. I'm really, really traveling on this hip-hop passport that God has given me, and I'm so happy that hip-hop came into my life. I sound like some kind of preacher, you know, like, oh, thank God I got hip-hop in my life. But it's true, it completely changed my life. It made me think about things. The world is bigger than Nottingham, you know, seriously. Even just traveling around England was a big chance for me. I never went anywhere. I didn't go abroad until I was 22. I never traveled anywhere. I never went on an airplane until I was like 22 years old. I flew to Italy to do a workshop in Italy and do some hip-hop shows and breakdancing shows, and yeah, the world opened up before me. This for me has got to be, for anybody, a positive chance to change your life, to see life for what it really is, you know, meet different people and understand, you know, different cultures, the way people do things, you know, but not from like textbooks or Google or Wikipedia, you know. Talk to people, see people how they really are, with the premise being music and dance. Cool, because music is an international language. I don't speak Russian, I don't speak Ukrainian, but you know what, I speak hip-hop. And when I speak with hip-hop, everybody understands what the hell we're talking about. A headspin is a headspin is a headspin is a headspin in any language. It doesn't matter. So yeah, for me, I'm going to keep on fighting for the real side of hip-hop. Like I say, I'm getting to be like an old man now. Some people say I'm a legend. I think that's just a nice word for old. But yeah, that's how it is. So yeah, why not pass it on to somebody else? Pass on the knowledge that I've learned, pass on the experiences that I've learned, you know, through family, through friends. Let them know what's going on. Let them know that, yeah, I'm okay doing what I'm doing, you know. Some people say, oh man, come on, you know, you have responsibilities, you have a family, you know, get a real job. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I have a real job, but I also have my hip-hop hobby, you know. I am responsible, but I like to have fun, and hip-hop gives me my fun. So yeah, I ain't gonna stop, not for anybody, believe me.
Well, on behalf of first of all, I was a little kid when I started doing this, and it was all about I was excited about moving my body and doing something crazy, because I was already into crazy things in the street. Normal average kid running around doing stupid shit with my body, jumping on things and climbing things, you know. So when I saw breaking, it was cool. After the first few months, I understood that it was something that it had vocabulary. It was like there were names. There was top rock and there was footwork. So I was like, this is cool. And I couldn't relate it to school. I couldn't relate it to my family. I couldn't relate it to television. It was underground. So I was so excited. I was like, this is our shit. And then I learned that you can make up something and call it a name. And people would say, did you see Ken Swift's 1990? Or they would say something and it gave you status. So I come from a very early beginning time for hip-hop when it was still being built. In 1978, when I first started, I mean, there wasn't that much vocabulary of breaking, but it existed already in different neighborhoods. And I was just a younger guy climbing on this train that was rolling and being a part of a few more years of creation, you know, and evolution from what the early dances were. So I come from a fundamental perspective. Like, I broke, you know, what everybody was doing, but I have many years also. So I've seen and had to expand on my foundation over the last 34 years, which I did. But, you know, I mean, I did as best as I could to stay current, you know, as an older b-boy. So, but I always had an open mind to the evolution. You know, there was just some moves that I was like, that's really incredible, and I would try it and I say, I can't do that move, but what can I do? So I had to evolve too. I had to say, I can't do that because my body is, I'm not strong enough, or my technique is terrible. It's like, I don't want to bust my head for every practice for 20 you know, minutes banging my head. You make a choice, you know. So I lean more towards the fundamental footwork and freezes, simple spins and simple things in the air, not too complex. So that's my background, you know. So as a judge, I come in, and you know, I know that everybody says, oh, he's old school, you know, but I come in a perspective where I have an open mind to all of the evolution and styles. So I'm not going to dish you just because you don't do good footwork. I'm not going to dish you because you don't do good power. What I'm looking at is the energy of the moment, the dancer, the way the dancer rocks the beat, and primarily just the will to win, the will to do whatever you got to do to win. For example, I've been to battles where they said, yo, can you come to my b-boy battle? And I go to the b-boy battle, and the DJ throws on some house music shit, and two guys come out, and one guy does the worm, and another guy does a back somersault, and I'm like, how do I judge this? They're not even b-boying, but I still have to be a judge, correct? So there's times when I got to look outside of art and say, well, he did his backflip better than his worm, and I have to make a choice. So I don't go into a jam with a criteria, like, I'm looking for this. At the end of the day, it's a challenge of skills. And whoever does those skills better is going to be the winner to me. Whoever does it and fights to win, and also doesn't hold back and pushes the envelope and goes for it, shows no sign of fear and goes for it. These are the main things, ultimately, I like. Now, for example, your event, you have top quality competitors. It's very difficult to watch top quality dancers because they're so fucking good. It's like everybody's killing it. How do you know, there's this little thin line, you know. So there's simple things about looking at a battle for me. One thing that helps me a lot is when people mess up. It makes my job easier when somebody's execution is fucked up, you know, because, oh, well, you know, that's, you know, if two top of the line guys go and they do top of the line solos each, that's the worst way to judge, because you're like, you know, and then promoters are like, okay, listen, judges, we don't want too many ties, okay? And you're like, wait a minute, how can you not? I mean, so that pressure's terrible, because a lot of times when you got top quality b-boys, there are a lot of ties because they're both killing it. And I think a tie is the way to just let them get another chance, because I don't want to choose somebody when I don't have someone to choose, you know? So the execution is a big deal for me. Now, the other thing about it is, you know, there's people that got incredible execution but no style. There's people that do everything clean, but I don't feel them. There's people that dance and you see their faces, there's nothing coming from the face and everything is coming from the body. And it's like, to me, it's like, you know, b-boying is, I got to reflect on style. I got to reflect on, you know, the attitude and the character. And some people are just perfect, but they don't have style. So, you know, that can be confusing to an audience. But for me, I look at that and I say, you know, if there is a close battle that I can't do a tie, I go in my heart. I say, who do I really like better? And this is my opinion. And this is what the masses don't understand. When you hire a judge, all you're asking for is their opinion. They're not perfect. So ultimately, it's not about what I know as a b-boy over 34 years of how the arm should be. It's about my opinion of who I think is a dope b-boy or b-girl, ultimately. So criteria can be this. Kenny, I want you to look at just, here's a paper. You look at score, execution, footwork, spins, and you got to do points, and you got to look up and down, and you got to remember that's real. That happens. I'm not going to diss it. If that's what you want as a promoter or this guy, I have to do the job. You hired me. I can't come in. I've been to many jams where I just wanted to say, listen, the fucking people don't know how to break here, but I can't do that because I'm an invited guest. And if you tell me judge these people, I got to judge them. So I don't go to a jam with something to look for. And especially in Ukraine, because I've never seen these b-boys, I don't know what to expect, so I can't ask for anything. I can't say I need to see this because I don't even know what they're going to do. And this makes, for me, my personal way of approaching it is I like this way. There's no pressure. It's like I get to absorb everything. Don't look for something, absorb everything. But I do take notes also. When I judge, I also write down words to remember. Just a word for myself, like to remember, looking at the whole battle, things. So it's no criteria. It's I go with an open mind, and just that's the way I approach being a judge. But I also do study before competitions. I didn't do it with Ukraine, but usually like the real ones that has a lot of pressure. I go online and I look at the most recent battles, and I look at the players, and I look at some of the moves. I study. I watch. I do it right before the event. I don't do it all year. Like if they say you're going to go to Japan and you're going to do that, I'll punch up the last few jams in Japan and look and see. And the reason I do this is to see who specializes, because when you talked about strategy and stuff like that, and you mentioned biting, it's a big deal. And because I'm not in every country, I don't know who's biting. Like everybody goes like this, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a bite. I didn't know that. But as a judge, it's too late. I'm already scoring you, because I'm not in the community to see who's taking what. So that's why I try to look at footage a little bit before I come to somewhere to see maybe I can get a grasp on it. Because you could see 4 b-boys, right? And there's a crazy unique move, but usually there's one guy that he has it way better than everybody, and he's probably the one that started it because he just has more experience and he has a better understanding of the move. So I look at footage and try to prepare myself before I come to events because there's a lot at stake. If they're giving $10,000, I don't want to fuck up a decision as a judge because they're going to be like, some people, they really want to win, and some kids really need the money, and it's like, I don't want to be a fucked up judge, make a mistake when someone should have won. They deserve it. So I try to be a competent judge. I try to be a qualified judge. All right. Now, as far as strategies, for me as a b-boy coming up, I battled a lot. Small, short battles, some longer, but I battled a lot when I was a kid. I battled in different neighborhoods. I went to different parties. I danced against people, not the way they do now, like extreme. I danced extreme in the 90s, where I battled dudes for long times because the level was crazy, and I got better in the 90s. But back in the days, it was random dance-offs, and some of them weren't crazy long. Some of them, we just kept dancing for a long, long time. But, back in the days, battles were different. I wasn't a battle cat. Like you got guys that just want to go battle. I wasn't like that. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I was what I would say counter breaker, which is like a counter puncher. I'm the type of guy you hit me and I hit you back. I wasn't the one to strike first. I didn't have it in me. I was a shy kid. But that was good for me because the people look at me shy. They think that I was a victim, that they could attack me. And when they attack me, they didn't expect what I give back. So I don't have this big battle warrior mentality and knowledge. I just know what I know. What I would say as my advice in battling is prepare yourself. Train hard and know your cards. Know all the cards you have in your hand. That's all you need to know. Because the cards you choose is the best strategy. The cards you choose, the moves you have to choose in response is your best strategy. And if you don't know your cards, you're not gonna do good. Because after the battle you're gonna say, oh shit, I forgot to do this move. Damn, I forgot to do my one hand, because you're not on point. And the way you get on point is constant practice, to where you don't even have to think about it. You know your cards are here. When I was victorious in battles, in circles primarily, is because I remembered all of my vocabulary. I would see you do something and say, I got something for that. We all do it. I got something for that. But after an hour, to keep going, I got something for that, is crazy. And that's the way I had my life, because I practiced hard. And I had a lot of moves. So I didn't go into a battle with a strategy. I didn't study my opponent, which is like a fighting thing. You study your opponent. I didn't know who I was going against half the time. But I knew that just take it easy. There's no time. You know, a circle is different from a stage. And I would say, just take it easy. Don't panic. Do your thing, man. Just do your build-up. I wasn't the type of guy to come out hard on you in the beginning and hope that I scare you. I was the type of guy that I'm going to pick you away, chip away at you. So I don't have the best advice for these competitions. These competitions are 10-round competitions. It's like you got to do 2 rounds 4 times in the semifinal. It's not a real battle to me. It's a competition. A battle is a fucking war. You know, and the real war is when nobody starts it and stops it. And you can't run and you can't hide, and you got to stay in that circle. And if you leave, everybody sees that you gave up. That's a war. That's like you got to just keep going for your pride and for your heart and for your name. That's a battle.
Yeah, we were talking a lot about different, you know, what we think and stuff like this. And for me, it's, I mean, when I judge a battle, I can only go for my experiences, what I learn and what I know and stuff like this. This is what I base my judgment on. And first of all, of course, it's the music. The music is supposed to dictate what you do. Like, it's supposed to lead you, guide you, and help you, and, you know, rescue you sometime, and, you know. So this connection with the music is really, really important. So a lot of times I see people just go out and do some moves, and there's no connection there. And maybe it wasn't that guy's day, you know. So the music is really important. And when it comes to moves and movements, I mean, it's, how should I say this? It's like when you see new dancers, young dancers, the energy maybe is really, really good, but the dance is not mature, you know. This takes time. It takes a lot of time. You know, you need a lot of years to do this. You can break 3 or 4 years, and maybe you can do incredible stuff, but the maturity, you know, the touch is not really there. So maybe it's gonna come, and a lot of people they're gonna be watching this kid and be like, wow, it's crazy, it's crazy. But for me, maybe not. It's because this touch is not there. Maybe you can do really incredible moves, but it's the whole thing, you know. It's like you're telling a story, and if you tell one part of the story and then you do something totally different, not related to what you're telling, it's like, it doesn't make sense sometimes. You know, you need to really work with the music and really get that flow and the connection going in whatever you do. Yeah, I mean, today we have the opportunity, which is fantastic. We have many ways to express ourselves with our dancing, you know. The first basic way for me is just to dance for yourself, and that's going to help you to relax, and you're going to be like very comfortable with your dancing. And then it's, of course, the ciphers, and whatever happens there is it's a big social game, you know. It's like whatever happens in the ciphers, it is what it is. And then we have the competitions, and we have the shows. So we have all these different forums where we can use our dance, and we use the dance in different ways when we go in different forums, if we say it like this. But for me, I think, you know, hip-hop is a celebration. It is, we celebrate life, and we celebrate what we do, and we share. We have this sharing between each other. When you go into a cypher, and maybe you inspire other people, but when it comes down to it, it's really like you're dancing for you firsthand. And if people like it, they will give you props, and they will like go, wow, you know. But yeah, that's like, if that happens, cool, it happens, but it's not the most important. The most important for me is what you feel inside when you dance. So
b-boying is changed my life, because when I was young, many Korean b-boy was young, very shy, you know. Korean people are always shy. But when I dance, b-boying, to change the type, you know, more happy, more smile. Yeah, that's the key point. So I love dance. I love music. I love some art. So b-boy is like life. Yeah, just life. Because I wanna more dance. I wanna more keep going forever. Yeah, just my dream.
For me, hip hop, the way I do hip hop, my philosophy for hip hop is fun. You know, some people take it too seriously. Please understand, you know, when it's battle time, I'm talking about from a breakdancing, a b-boying perspective, because I was an old school b-boy. When it's battle time, it's serious, you know. Your reputation's on the line. And hip-hop was always about getting props from your peers, you know. You can do it through dancing, do a graffiti piece, you know, MCing, beatboxing, DJing, whatever. It's always about getting props from your peers. However, please do not take it so seriously. Have some fun with it, you know. Get some knowledge, get some education, you know. Make some connections with people that you meet, you know. I mean, me, personally, I'm traveling the world on my hip-hop passport, you know. Because of my philosophy that hip-hop is fun, I try to take this everywhere I go. And thankfully, when I come to Burn Battle School, people have like the same idea, you know. They want to have some fun, you know. And of course, Burn Battle School gives me the chance and gives the people a chance, not only to have some fun, but get some hip-hop history, some education, you know, a way that things, you know, should be done, really, I would say, yeah. And when I say should be done, I don't mean like this is the way of doing it. I mean, once again, speaking from a b-boying perspective, b-boying in the 80s when I was doing it is nothing like b-boying in the years 2000 and beyond. My goodness, yeah. The new school learns from the old school, tries to improve it, and that way the culture always stays fresh. The same with graffiti art, the same with beatboxing, the same with DJing, you know. Mad skills from everybody. But come to somewhere like Burn Battle School and you can learn about all of this, you know. And then make your own way, which way you want to go. Yeah, so for me, man, yeah, my philosophy is, yeah, get some education, you know, make some connections, learn some hip-hop history, but also have some fun, you know. Hey, man, this is not hard to understand for anybody, I'm sure, because at the end of the day, hip-hop, the real hip-hop, is a positive force, not a negative one.
I think kids and even adults and people that love hip-hop around the world are very eager to be accepted, and they want to just, you know, some people love hip-hop so much, and they just, you know, they want to get some sort of a certification, like if they've approved, you know, like you're official. Everybody wants that props and that moment that says, okay, you're good and you're cool and yeah, you're hip-hop. But at the end of the day, a lot of what the freedom of expression and being a part of an art community is also ego. There's a lot of egos, and there's a lot of people that want to be told this, you know. I mean, we all as people, we want to get good, you know, we want to get a compliment from somebody at some point. But at the end of the day, in all the elements of hip-hop culture, it's about your personal experience and how you feel about your medium, how you feel about the turntable and how you're going to do it and what you're going to play, what colors you're going to use, the way you're going to dress, the moves that you use. It's personal. And it shouldn't be, you know, it should be a personal experience that you get satisfaction from, you know, because, you know, nobody, you know, people like what you do, they're going to like what you do, but nobody has to. You know, and you got to get over that. So when people like try to be like, yo, you know, you're not really like a b-boy or whatever, or say that to people, to each other, I think it's an unnecessary waste of energy. Because if you're a real person, this is the most thing. And I told b-boys around the world, I said, be yourself. Be inspired, but be yourself, man. You don't have to, you can act like dudes and be inspired by the way they move and dance, but at the end of the day, there's only one you know. So humble yourself, you know, just understand you can only do the best you can do, and if it's good for you, then it's beautiful. But don't expect, like if people not telling you what you want to hear, and it upsets you, what can I say? You are the builder of your destiny, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you got to practice hard. You got to get your props from skills and being hip-hop. But to get in a conversation, when people say, well, just what is hip-hop? It's too complex. It's very simple. Have fun, you know what I'm saying? Do you like to draw? Do you like to play music? Do you like to dance? Have fun. This has been so many years later that everybody's kind of leaning towards, something else that what it really isn't. When you look at the age range of people that were in the beginnings of hip-hop, they were teenagers. They were teenagers and younger. And at that age, you're not too complex. Life is pretty simple. So hip-hop should be simple now. It should be very basic, What do? I write. Yo, that's nice stuff. Yeah, I'm cool, man. Peace. What's the big deal? People taking it too serious now. People are too serious sometimes. And so, as far as your question is concerned with people and how I feel about hip-hop and everything, it's just, you got to just do your homework, man. Every individual has to go out and search for information. And it's not about one person telling you what hip-hop is. It's about just reading as many books about hip-hop, talking to as many people from New York as you can about hip-hop, and using your own conclusion. After you read everything or talk to most people, you're going to figure out what you think. We all convey information different. So you'll step back and say, you know what, I heard this guy say this, man, but I only heard one person say what he said. And like 50 other people said the same thing. So maybe, you start finding out what you think is kind of correct and incorrect. But there's no one person that's going to open the door to enlighten you about anything. Nobody. I tell you, I'm just a product of my environment. I'm a person from the street, and I have an experience, and I can share that with you, but that's it. I can't talk to you about Kool Herc or Grandmaster Flash. I can say I heard who they were, and they were dope, but that was their moment. I don't touch none of that. I could say, yeah, I heard that they were here. I heard. I can only tell you what I lived. So, as an older guy, I know what hip-hop was for me. It can't be questioned because of that. But I understand when young people say, yo, what is it? I understand, but we don't need to think in that level. And sometimes when you talk to people and it's about that, you have to find a way to communicate with them and just say, listen, man, don't forget, this is a freedom of expression, man. This is a great way to express yourself with art. And just enjoy it. Test your limits. And to finalize, I've always said this as a b-boy. I said, it's never been about my opponent. It's always been about me. My battle is not anybody that steps in front of me to dance against me, even though it's me against them, and the masters will say, Kenny versus this one, and it happens and it finishes and people pick. When I was doing my art, when I was doing my b-boying that I worked so hard on practicing and going on, when it came down to the big pressure moment, my challenge was to see how good I can be in that moment. It was me against me. It wasn't against this guy. And I've been in situations where, I was outmatched in my life. But it didn't matter when I finished because everything I wanted to do, I did good. Even if, the guy was... But if I went in the circle and all that months and years of practice, everything I did perfect, I won. Even if the guy beat me. So, and it's likewise. If you're in a battle and you really destroy me, right? But for some reason they say I'm the winner, I know you beat me. There's nobody going to tell me, yo, Kenny, you killed it. I'll be like, nah, man, he won. When the battle is about you. So, ultimately, until young people and people in general can really just take a step back and not think too deep about hip-hop, they're going to be always confused. So my advice is just take it easy, man. Just relax, have fun. It's not that serious. It's very simple. It's art forms that have been going on for the beginning of time. It's just called hip-hop now.
Many Korean b-boys, Korean culture is like respect. Everywhere, every people, it just respect. Because first is respect. Are very important to respect. Yeah, so when I met some international b-boy, they looks like gangster. So yeah, it it's okay because our culture, their culture is very different. But our culture is like start is like very respect and don't smoke, don't drugs, something. Because we don't need a smoke and some bad things. We don't need. We need just training, something, practice. Because we like a practice. Some people like a smoke and drunk a lot. Because I have drunk sometime, but not too much. But sometime every time drunk and smoke, our thinking is very bad, really very bad. Maybe health and something good food, or like kimchi, some bulgogis like Korean food. Yeah, vitamins too. Some b-boys always take the vitamin and some energy drinks, not Red Bull but Korean style drink, because we need more power, more energy. But some better things is like feeling is good, but body is getting die, you know. But we just every day need the vitamin and practice music and talking. Yeah, that's some Korean b-boy lifestyle.
I mean, I don't judge anybody. I don't do this. It's like it's not my job to do this. It's like everybody grown up is responsible for their own life. We know this. So if you come to a jam or like a competition and there's families and kids and you're being high on weed or drunk or something other crazy stuff, I mean, that's not. This dance is supposed to. For us, it was made. The hip hop was made to get away from all the negative and bad stuff. And unfortunately, drugs and everything sometimes lead to a lot of bad stuff, a lot of trouble, a lot of fights, and all this. And we don't need this at jams and competition. Jam is exactly what it is. It's a jam. It's a party. It's like we come, we celebrate, enjoy. I mean, after it, if you go to an after party, have a drink, or hang out with your friends, and whatever you do, if you're grown up, it's up to you. But at this event, there's gonna be kids, there's gonna be families and stuff like this, so it doesn't belong there. Whatever you do is up to you, and I mean, you have to make your own choices, because when you're out there dancing, if you're a good dancer, you are a role model. You are somebody that some kid is looking up to you. You don't maybe think about this, but if you're a good b-boy, when you go into competition, there are kids in the crowd who really look at you. Everything you do, what you're wearing, how you stand, how you act, how you dance, they're gonna imitate this. And if you come in there and just be mad aggressive, like really high, and you're not setting an example, you're doing the opposite. You're destroying the culture, you're destroying what hip hop stands for. And for me, this is not good. This is like, no, come on. You need to start thinking, and you need to grow up,
Read the sentence. The guards got it locked like Upper Main and San Quentin. You drinking muscle milk, homie, you can get killed. Walking around like Devo, cause you slut. It's a dirty job. We get it poppin' all. This whole shit slamming to the morning. And ain't nobody mad. It's just we got it bad. Like a body being slumped when you hail a cab. Vacuum pack, conceal, no room for breath. I grip a mic as 5 fingers of death. So, solve the roach, 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 solve the roach. When I slip on, no, and eat with the beast in the valley of death. Up on the right, but I shot the left. Stomp out a roach with a decon breath. All you little rat bastards, I stomp you to death. Solve the roach, 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 solve the roach. 4 more seconds, roll the bomb, come on, road killer. You scared shadow when the lights come on. You can run on and start ducking and dodging. I'll bump you and crush you right between the margin. I'm the drill sergeant, I'm the boric acid, the black flag nigga, the biohazard, the economist of the bio standard. And he spray the mist on the flies that landed. And I can be obvious so I can be candid, but I'm shaking roaches off my shoes and socks. Then I plug the roaches out my Fruit Loop box. Then I tell my girl to change all the locks. Throw my finger at the hip hop cop. Then I put on my Timbs, then I stop the block. Stop the roach, 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 stop the roach.
Right, burn battle school. For me, the experience I have with burn battle school has really been good. It's giving the opportunity to a lot of people to, to try themselves. What I know is that they also get the chance to meet sometimes famous b-boy or older b-boys or whatever that maybe has some knowledge. And this is always good, especially when I know that it's difficult to get from Ukraine out. So to get people in here is really, really important, I think. And it's good for people to come here too and see the level that's here, because it's crazy. And events like this really helps the level. So I mean, it's a way to go and test yourself in different type of battles. And yeah, I just think it's great. I mean, it's like, who cannot think it's great? You know what it is? So it gives a platform for people to come and connect, and to have all these different events and then have the main battle and give people a chance to go to that battle. I think it's on the right way, And if I would start doing events, I think I would definitely find some inspiration in what you do, to do what I do. So you're on the right way. I hope this is my perspective of what you want to do, but this is, for me, it's really good. It's positive and it's a lot of work behind it, but it's a good thing, definitely.
This event is like I think very important is sharing. It's like I got something, you got something. It's like talking, cipher. It's like sharing. It's very, very important to me, because some event just only battle. So maybe you live very far, you just come to here, just battle, you lose, go home, like this. Yeah, it was very sad. But yeah, this event is like sharing. It's like when they come, very, very good cipher and good music is live. Yeah, they like, I watch their face. It's like very, very happy, Yeah, battle is just battle, just not important to they, because they want to cipher and chilling. Me too. I wanna chill. I wanna cipher something. I wanna talking. Yeah, that's the very, very good thing for Fun Battle School. Yeah.
I think definitely it's like what you do at Burn Battle School right now is a good way, because you're catering, you're doing stuff for everybody. Some people, if you don't know what we do, you want to come and you want to see, And if you're like a 55-year-old lady coming with your daughters or your son, you're not going to be like pushing yourself into the cipher to see what's going on. So cipher is maybe more for us, it's more for us in our culture. But they want to sit and enjoy and watch a competition maybe. Maybe they not going to understand the judging and but they will enjoy what they see, definitely, I think this. So to have a little bit of both is good. It gives us the opportunity, like you say, it's like when people come from far away and there's only a competition and they go into the qualifier and lose, and there's nothing more. They maybe do one round and they travel far, and that's not fair. I don't think so. It's like we need the opportunity to dance. The competition is one thing, but we also need the ciphers. This is really important, because the ciphers is more, it's more, I mean, you listen to a song and you hear, oh, you're gonna mix, and you hear that song that you love, and you want to go out and express yourself to that song. In a competition, you're gonna get the song you get, and maybe you don't like it, but you will maybe dance anyway. So it's gonna feel like very uncomfortable maybe. So we need both, and it's a good thing that promoters as yourself are doing this, that you give the opportunity for everybody to do whatever they do, you know. So some people just want to do competitions, some people just want to do ciphers, some people want to be by themselves in the corner, some people want to really battle in ciphers, like really. So it's you know, for everybody, and this is good. To find that balance is really important. As a promoter, you're supposed to really look at what everybody wants and try to do stuff like this. Sometimes you can do only competition, of course. Sometimes we only do ciphers, but to have the mix, I think it's good.
So, well, first things first, to express my feelings for Burn Battle School, I think it can be summed up like very, very quickly. I think I would just express it with one word, like, that's it. I think that says everything that I need to say. Yeah, the crowd was absolutely crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, okay, yeah, you know, but I think they got on my level very, very quickly. I understand in the Ukraine they don't get to see the so-called hip-hop superstars, the real hip-hop superstars, like every month or something. Burn Battle School is only one time in the year. So yeah, when they come, they appreciate who's coming. They know all the artists. They're already famous. So the chance for the Ukrainian people to see this up close and personal, live, I think they were very, very happy, and you can see it in their faces. You know, when I'm standing on that stage and I look down at them, everybody is really, really happy to be with us. And from the first moment that I talk to the people, you know, I feel they are with me. And as you know, hip-hop is all about, you know, we do this together. When everybody is there together, makes a party so much better. So yes, from last year to this year, I have the same feeling of family in the Ukraine, you know. So, and I'm already looking forward to next year, you know. I have to wait 364 days, okay. But yeah, I will be back. The next thing I want to say is that the standard of b-boying, once again, not only from the international crews, but from the Ukrainian guys, was very, very, very high. I am so pleased to see that the guys, once again, not only do they rock with style, but they rock their own moves. I saw 2 moves yesterday that I don't even have a name for. I don't know what to call them, you know? Completely new styles, new way of doing things. This means Burn Battle School and hip-hop in the Ukraine is doing the right things. Give them the tools. Basic head spin, basic bat spin, basic windmill, basic freeze. And then let them create something themselves that is their own, you know? Anything that is different in hip-hop will always be, as we say, fresh, you know? And this is what keeps hip-hop going. It's always fresh. New things are always being invented. And I really like what the Ukrainian b-boys, or in fact the Eastern Bloc countries, are doing with hip-hop and b-boying right now. Next thing is, of course, your b-girls. They're so strong. Oh my gosh. Last year we had 16 b-girls for the competition. This year we had 30. That proves that everything is going in the right direction. And I do believe that 2 of the b-girls from Ukraine are actually going to be representing Ukraine at Battle of the Year for the Wee Wee Girls 2-on-2 battle. That's dope. That shows that everything is going in the right direction. Hey man, I think they have a chance to win too. They are really, really strong. I'm really good to see this. And the last thing that I absolutely loved, the kids battle. Oh man, these kids, where do you get these kids from? What are you feeding these children?
What makes it, in general, what makes an event is the b-boys there. Not only that though, is the organization and the person who's running it. I believe that Vladdy, he has a great team that's running the whole event. He has great people behind it, and he has great special invites. I mean, this year we had great judges, Physicx, Ken Swift, and also we have a great MC Trix. We had dope DJs,
and the venue was beautiful, and most importantly too is the Ukrainian people supporting the event, and that's what makes an event. And the b-boys, world-class level, great b-boys, great skill level, and that's what makes a world-class event. People, b-boys, and special invites and DJs. And all in all, who puts that together is Vladdy. So big, huge shout out to Vladdy for making the event possible. Also shout out to MC Mama and B-Boy Papa for holding it down. A shout.
For Burn, what is unique about Burn Battle School, for me, first of all, as a artist, as an MC, is the setup of Burn Battle School. The actual event, when you first walk into the place, you see the stage. This is not like Battle of the Year, where it's on a big high stage, like 10 feet in the air. This is not like Evolution in New York, where it's, you know, it's on the ground on a dance floor and the people are just sitting around. This is on a raised platform that is like just so high so that everybody can see, you know? This is the first thing. But also for me as an artist, I feel like because I'm only this high off the ground and the people are sitting around the stage, it's still a cipher, you know? B-boying always happens in, good b-boying always happens in ciphers. You know, so I can reach and I can actually touch the people. I feel close to them and they feel close to me, you know? This means that instantly we have this connection. You know, oh, there's my big hero, there's Ken Swift on stage, oh my God, there's Physicx, there's Jeromeskee. I feel like I can reach and I can touch them like they're real people, you know? This is not like a star on a big stage, you know, surrounded by security and big guardrails, you know, they're right there. And this for me brings the people close to the artists and the artists close to the people. This for me makes Burn Battle School one of the best international, truly international events in the world that I've ever been to. I'm really serious when I say this, because it's about the connections that you make with hip hop. For me, you know, it's always about the people you meet, the stories that you get to tell, some of them really funny, but we won't go into that. But yeah, it's about the connections that you make. I did my James Brown show at the event, and there was one song that was just dedicated to the ladies, to my B-girls, yeah? And out of nowhere, this B-girl came on stage and started to dance to the record, and it was beautiful. Why? Because she felt like she could give something to the party to make the party better. I didn't tell her to do this. Nobody said, hey, you should go up there. No, she decided herself to go on the stage and do something to make the party better. And that's what makes the real hip-hop in Burn Battle School special. This is why I would say to anybody, come and check out Burn Battle School. It's different to anything else you've seen. Yes, we have our stars of YouTube and Facebook and of this DVD or whatever, but they're real people. You can reach out, you can touch them, you can connect with them. And the judges, the b-boys, and me as an MC, we feel like we can touch the people and reach the people. And you know what? If everybody's together, you know, like this as one, man, it just makes the party totally crazy, you know. And yeah, everybody's having a good time. You could tell by my expression, you know, that, man, I want to do this all over again. I swear to God. Yeah, Burn Battle School, it's different. You know what? Put that on your poster for next year. Burn Battle School, it's different. Yes, I like that.
I go to a lot of events, and this is another event, like I said, that is supporting b-boy and b-girl culture primarily. And you know, what you have is a venue, and you have talent, you have good music, you know what I'm saying, and you have a community. When you have families. What I noticed, there was also parents in there, there were kids in there. You know, this to me is a healthy environment, and it's a good event to me. Now maybe to a young b-boy that might not be good, but I'm saying from my experience, when I see kids and parents and also the hardcore community of dancers and people that do whatever dance they do, to me it's healthy. because it shows that there's history, there's people that respect it. Like the parents are not saying, why are you doing that crazy stuff? They're saying, okay, I want to come and bring you and I want you to be a part of it. And then I see young kids that are going to experience something that's going to help them in the future to just have fun. So on that level, on a surface level, it's cool. Now, the other side of it is you have invited guests that are world-class competitors. That's a totally different thing, because some events don't require, don't have the resources to do that, so you have people battling each other all the time. So what you're doing on top of that with this event, like many events, is that you're giving people from here the opportunity to test their level, to test their skills against people that are world-class, people that are competing in the world championships, you know what I'm saying? So outside of the politics and the resources and the funding, on that level, to have something like that with Burn Battle School is very important for Ukraine. It's, I'm sure they're doing a lot of things, everybody, but for me, those ingredients are very important. To be able to invite guests is amazing. I wish, in New York, I was able to invite a lot of my friends I meet around the world and just make someone else pays for it and all. It's not that easy. So, but you have that ability. I don't know how it happened, and that's not important. But you were able to get 4 groups of people here, and not only did they help your dance community here to test what they do and have a nice experience with dancers they don't always see, they gave the audience a great experience. The audience seeing people that are not from here too, and they're saying, wow, those guys are from Germany? Really? Finland? Like in New York, some people, they trip out, for many years, Japanese kids will go to the Rocksteady anniversary or something, and people are like, Japanese people breaking? What? So it's good to show that the power of hip-hop, that it's universal. It's not about one culture, one heritage, or one nationality. It's a universal language that everybody can identify with, and you don't have to speak Ukraine, you don't have to speak English, you don't have to speak Japanese. We can communicate with this body language, and we know what we're doing. So the event is a good event. You know what I'm saying? It's a good event.
Yeah, here is so beautiful city. Yeah, so beautiful tree and nature, and building is so nice, and people is so nice too, and I like it here. Yeah, Ukraine bboy is so nice, and bigger was awesome. That's so my favorite battle yesterday, Bomb Battle School, in Bomb Battle School event. So, and Kids Battle is so nice too, and so dope. Yo, your event is so nice, and workshop and competition like in soccer, cyber, and that's dope. It was dope. And after party was so. Yeah, you've been there. You have to been there. Yesterday is so. Oh my God! I'm just saying, Ukraine is just mad love here. Yeah.
I can honestly say, like, all the b-boys were happy. We had a great time too at the after party as well, and that's what creates the moment, because competition is great and it's amazing, but at the end of the day, we all come together just so we can hang out, have a good time, because that's what this whole lifestyle is about. It's like, yes, we discipline ourselves to compete and everything, but then our reward is just to hang out all together, and it all comes down to an environment and the vibe and what the promoter brings together to the table. Having at the party, bringing everybody together, making sure that everybody has a good time, it's a good vibe. And that's what Burn Battle School is all about. Great vibes.
Since day one, since I saw Ukraine b-boys, it's always been a passion and a will behind it. Something is like the fire is there, And I think first time I saw was like maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. I don't know, something like this. And to see the skill level coming up and see what's happening, it's really, really crazy. Of course, we have the big crews. They are more internationally famed right now, and they made the world look at Ukraine. But also what's interesting is like what's happening in Ukraine that we don't see. And for me to get here and get the chance to see like what's really going on, it's really inspiring for me. And to see that the level is really, really high, not just among the top crews, but there are a lot of other people who got mad skills too. And you know, the creativity here and the playfulness and the understanding of this dance is really dope. It's really high level, and it's really, yeah, people should go to Ukraine more. Definitely, because it's happening, you know. So I don't know all the history about Ukraine, but I know that right now what I see is that, you know, I see a lot of good dancers, a lot of good people, and yeah, it's on its right.
I saw Ukrainian b-boy in Korea. Some b-boy. They told they like Ukraine, but I didn't know because I never been Ukraine before. So I just contact Bloody. So he says, "Oh, invite differ from invite Bombero school." So okay. So but it's like paper, your information is like very professional something. So I know, oh, he is a professional guy. So I introduced my friend. Say how to think about this information. He says, oh, professional like this. So okay, I trust him. So we contact very fast, right? So because that's the very good thing for you and me, And then I came to Ukraine airport. My first time see everything. So a little bit cold. And people is like very tough in Ukraine people. It's like a little bit gangster style. Just thinking. But no way. Very kind. So I'm very surprised because I thinking it's a very gangster style. They like everyday drunk, but every smoke, but never. They don't like smoke. Sometimes smoke, but they like a very kind. Very kind. So that's the very happy for me.
I can say that Ukraine is like my second home, man. I really feel welcomed here. First of all, I love the culture, I love the people, I love the food, but I really feel like home here, man. Like people, like Vladi was telling me, I was just hanging out, and just all of a sudden this decided to come a couple days ago. It was a blessing, and Vladi was saying that the b-boys was really happy that I was coming, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And when I went to the venue, a lot of b-boys were there and greeting me and giving me a lot of love and respect, and I just literally felt like home, and it was really cool. And we just did a workshop, and it's something about the Ukrainian b-boys, like even though they're on a high level and they're in a professional world-class level, they're still humble and enough to give you love, and still humble enough to take your workshops. And there's just that energy where they want to learn, they're hungry, and they want to be better as b-boys and b-girls, and really just take themselves to the next level. And so it was great. So I love the Ukraine, period. I mean, Ukraine is amazing to me, and I love the whole culture, and I just have a good time here every time I come here.
First time in Ukraine. I mean, like I said, I do travel a lot, so I go around, and I've been to many places. But once again, to me, it's about the experience when I hang out, when I come to a place. Of course, I'm coming for a reason, which is breaking. So I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at the way people represent. But the energy over the weekend was really good, and that's what I appreciate, and I like that whenever I travel. So for Ukraine, Ukraine is a beautiful country. You cannot in one day experience Ukraine, but for the amount of days I've been here, the people are very friendly. the people that are doing hip hop and are breaking and DJing, and you know, I haven't seen too much graffiti, but the hip hop scene looks like it's doing good over here.
What do you think about Ukrainian food, Ukrainian girls?
Oh, come on, man. At the end of the day, like I told you, you could travel and be, you know, whoever you are, but you gotta be fast. You go in a restaurant, you know, you go to McDonald's or whatever you can get, kebab. Sometimes it's last minute, you gotta eat. So to have a home cooked meal is something that I think is super, super amazing. You cannot, that's priceless. You know, you cannot replace that, you know. So I've had experiences, and this is another one where I was able to go and have somebody cook food that is that's traditional. You can't beat that. And I'm a food lover, so I like to eat, so the food was great. Of course, the women are very beautiful, and what I like about the women also is they're very friendly. You know, there's a lot of places in the world, including New York, where, you know, you may not get the time of day from a girl. You look at her, she looks like you're crazy. You look at you back up. But at least they smile back, and they're very friendly, and the b-boys are just cool people, you know. Nobody's, you know, everybody seems like they're comfortable in their own place. I think that everybody is on the right path, which means for the small amount of time of seeing people, you know, I see that everybody has a motivation, everybody's motivated, everybody seems like they're hungry, seems like they're thirsty to get better. I was particularly impressed with the little kids. The little kids are doing really well, and you know, I don't see that much of that. I always travel and see some good kids, but there was a lot of good kids, which was very, to me, is so beautiful, because, you know, the people they are working with are, you know, they're not taking it easy on these kids. These kids are doing complex moves. They're not just doing a little helicopter or something simple. They're doing complex, hard moves, and they're not afraid to dance. And this is going to help them in the future of their life outside of hip-hop. You know, that confidence and that acceptance of your friends and the crowd loving you, and this attention is good when you're young. You know, so I was impressed with the little kids. But like I said, most of the people, you got people that know how to spin, people that know how to break, people that know how to do footwork. But I like the creativity level. A lot of people are trying to do interesting things, and I think you know, from so much YouTube, people are trying to stay away, and so I see that in the battles. I see a lot of people trying to be interesting and creative, which is great.
Yeah, I really surprised. It's like I saw many young b-boy. It's like kid. Wow, they is like very, very strong, because in Korea we don't have many young generation, but in Ukraine you guys have many young generation. You guys strong, bigger. Wow, it's like very, very important to your future. And then bigger, wow, it's like I'm not called bigger, they b-boy. It's like very, very strong. Yeah, I'm thinking Ukraine young b-boy and new b-boy very, very nice, very, very international level. So they know music, they know skill, they know how can do this, they know. But maybe I think they need more character, you know, little bit more. They have a more foundation, but I want a more style, different style, because you guys have different style. It's more getting better. It's like, yeah, that's the future. You guys very strong, right?
It takes time, so you have to be patient. You know, b-boying takes time. This dance is not for everybody. You have to really put in that effort and put in the work. Especially today, I mean, the level 2012 is really, really high. So I think, you know, put that time in and do the work and really go into yourself. And I think you're going to find a lot of stuff that is going to surprise you, you know.
So watching YouTube, it's not actually always good for you.
No, it's not always good for you. I think it can be good in the beginning, but as soon as you understand the dance, I think you need to just leave that alone. So everybody's, I mean, there's trends going on all the time, and now it goes faster thanks to YouTube. I mean, popular b-boys set trends all over the world, and if you travel around, you're going to see a lot of copies all over. And it's a shame, you know. We need more original people that dares to take that step and, you know, dare to. I mean, a lot of people that go that way and, you know, take that risk and try to be original. In the beginning, they a lot of times they get to hear a lot of bad stuff. Like, it's not to the music, it's not funky, it's not da da da, it's not the stereotype of breaking. But I think when you put in the work and put in the years, it's gonna, you know, even if, how extreme you go, it will fall back into the dance sooner or later, because the dance, you know, you cannot dictate the dance. It just shows the way. It's just gonna be what it is. And if you do all this and reach a high level with it, it's gonna look good, I think. To really understand what we do, I think you need to go back. You need to go back to be able to go forward in a good way. So started the other dances, salsa and everything, I think that could be good. You don't have to become a salsero or whatever, but just, you know, watch it sometimes and listen to the music and understand the connection with the music, different music types to our dance, you know, because the connection is there. So I think this is a really good thing to do. And yeah, what was the next
like how to be a perfect b-boy, like for you, for example, what he must to do. Of course, it's up to you how you wanna dance, but still, if you have some sounds like, okay, this is perfect b-boy.
Perfect b-boy, the perfect b-boy. I don't know if the perfect b-boy really exists, because I like, you know, for me, I like it when it's not perfect. I like it when it's, you know, I like when people are taking risks and chances, and, you know, because this really shows a little bit more about yourself. So anything, if I would say, it's like just do you and be open, you know, for a lot of stuff, and don't judge stuff too much. There's always another side on everything, you know. It's always two sides. So there's always, if you do one move one way, you can always do it another way. And there's no right way or no wrong way. It's just do your thing. So I don't know. It's a difficult question for me. Like the perfect b-boy. I haven't seen him or her. So I mean, there are a lot of good dancers out there. A lot of really good people. And if you like dances, you should just go for it. You know, just watch who you want to watch or who you want to learn from. Maybe they will give you some good advice, and just go that way.